Mommy, why is there a chair? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, wait. What is it that you see? Mataji, what screen do you see?
Triveda and Balaram.
Yeah, Mataji, PPT only, Mataji, we are seeing.
You can see the PPT.
Yeah. Yes. Today your internet is good, Mataji.
I hope so. It's like that. Okay, let's all start the prayers together. Okay, everybody, please unmute yourself. Gurunnītam yena tasmai shri gurave namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale Shyam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantiyam Vandeham Shri Guru Yuta Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Virupam Sagrajam
Sarvatam Sadhutam
Sadvaitam Savadhutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhapatnamasta Nama Om Vishnu Padaya
Krishna Prastaya
Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare
All take Can we all take turns? Okay. Vikram and Kashi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Very nice. Janvi.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Janvi. Balavrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I try to copy Janvi.
Very nice. That's nice, Balarinda. Madhav.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Madhav. Hamsini. Hamsini, you want to sing the Ma Mantra? No, Hamsini does not want to sing.
Hamsini, you said that yesterday you'll become today my friend. Today also you are not my friend. You all will start crying. Can you come on the camera? Okay, where are you? Where are you? You have to say today Hare Krishna.
Can you just say Hare Krishna?
Just say Hare Krishna. Don't say Hare Krishna completely. That's fine. Just say Hare Krishna. That's enough for today. Tomorrow we will say next word. Hare Krishna, we will say. Is that okay, Hamsini? Hare Krishna. Come on, come on.
We can't see her.
Oh, she's not.
Hamsini, come on, talk. Hamsini, talk.
See, all your friends are asking you to talk. They want to hear your melodious and sweet voice.
Hamsini. Come on. Sing Hare Krishna one time. Hamsini, only one time.
She's fighting Mataji. Maybe she'll
Okay.
do that tomorrow.
Okay, you can say it maybe after a few days or whenever you feel like. Okay.
We are just trying to pull her Mataji. That's
Yes,
fine.
Mataji, I understand. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anish, you want to sing?
Yes.
Yes.
Sing what? Sing what though?
The Maha Mantra. We are all
Hare
taking.
Krishna Maha Mantra?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. Okay, so now we will go to our today's story. So you know what stories are we doing? What stories?
Balaram.
Yes, Lord Balaram. Why? What is soon going to happen?
Balaram Jayanti.
Yes, appearance of Lord. Yes, appearance of Lord Balaram, isn't it? So we need to know and read about and listen about his pastimes, so that when Balaram Jayanti comes, we are in full, enthusiastically ready to celebrate his appearance. Okay, so now this story everybody knows, right?
Mama.
Whom can you see in the picture? Balaram and who is that monkey?
Vivida.
Yes.
Vivida gorilla.
Yes. So what happened? Krishna had killed some of Dvida's demon friends. So
Yeah,
that-
what did gorilla Vivida gorilla do? He was like
I know.
Was the gorilla was taking sticks, rocks, and trying to hit Balaram, but nothing happened to Balaram. Then finally Balaram punched him and then he died. They were
Yeah.
fighting for so many years.
Oh, they were fighting for so many years, right? Okay. Yeah, that is correct. So what happened here is that because Krishna had killed his friends, now he wanted to cause a lot of trouble. So what he would do, he would set villages and towns on fire, and then he would cause a lot of mischief. Like, he would make big waves in the sea so that it would flood the town. Then, where the sages would do sacrifice, he would pass urine there so that it becomes contaminated and you cannot perform any sacrifice. And then he would kidnap people, put them in caves and block the caves so that they cannot come out. But once what happened in the Raivataka mountain, Lord Balram was singing and dancing with the gopis. And then he saw that, they wore all beautiful clothes, garlands, and Balram was drinking. What is Balram's favorite drink? Who can tell me?
Varuni.
Mataji, we are
Yes.
doing today in the Govinda class.
Oh, they're making it today?
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Oh,
Because Tuesday is cooking class for them, right? So that's why we are planned like that.
oh, okay. So Lord Balram was drinking Varuni, and then Varuni has, what is the main ingredient in Varuni? Do you know?
Honey.
Yes.
Mataji, this is Palvit.
Don't disturb
Hare
us.
Krishna Palvit. Okay, so that is honey. Honey is the main thing in the Varuni, and that lots of honey made Lord Balram very intoxicated, like, his eyes were rolling. And then what happened? Dvida, he suddenly came there. He climbed on the tree and, like Balavrinda said, he started making sound like killa, killa. He wanted to disturb the pastime that was going on between Balram and the gopis. And then he started throwing, like throwing sticks and showing his teeth to the gopis and also showing his body like that. He was doing all kinds of nonsense. And then, he even through, and then what happened, seeing all these things, Lord Balram, he became very angry. And then he picked up a stone, he threw it at Dvida, but Dvida just, sidestepped. And then he was not hit. Now he wanted to insult Lord Balram. So what did he do? He stole the earthen pot of Varuni. He tore their clothes. And then this made him really, really angry, Lord Balram. And then, so what is the, weapon Lord Balram uses? Can anybody tell me the weapon?
Club and plow.
Yes, but here he used his club. He wanted to hit him with club. But and then what do you think Duvida? He took out, he uprooted a big tree. That's what he decided to do. And then, but he hit Lord Balram with that. So he hit Lord Balram with that tree on his head. And then what Balram did, he immediately grabbed the tree and then he hit the gorilla, Dvida, with his club on his head, and his head started bleeding. But then this made Dvida even more angry. So he started uprooting more trees. And as soon as he would try to hit Lord Balram, Balram would again smash it into pieces. So like this, he uprooted all the trees from the mountain. And then, when there were no more trees left, he started throwing stones. And then what happened after that? And he tried to, fall on Balram's body, and start to hit him with his fist on the chest. But this finally made very, very Lord Balram very angry. So what he did, he just put all his weapons down and then he used his fist to hit him. And then the gorilla threw up blood and he fell on the ground dead. And then what happens? When Krishna or Balram, they do such wonderful pastimes, who shower flowers? Whom do you think shower the flowers? Somebody from?
Very good.
Yes, they started showering flowers, then they started saying all glories to Lord Balram, all glories to Lord Balram. And then Lord Balram returned to Dwarka. Okay, so that is one story. And then let's see another story. I think everybody knows this story. Oh my God. Mataji made a mistake. Okay. So this is about the demon.
Basura.
Basura.
I have a Krishna book and I have the story.
You have the story? Yes, even I have a
Krishna
book.
book.
Oh, in Krishna book, yes. But I also have a book which has story only about Pralambasura with all nice, beautiful pictures. So now, all of you can take turns in saying the story instead of Mataji saying it. So what do you think happened? So all the cowherd boys and Krishna and Balram, where did they go to play usually?
And then Pralam Basura came.
forest,
They
right?
went to forest and they were playing nicely. And then Balaram Basura came and he came like a deep. They were playing like with the. They were playing with like the rope and Balaram Basura was instructed to Kamsa to come. And he came and
He came like a
he came like a little boy and he was playing like wrestling game. And then once the losers have to carry the person. So Balaram was carrying Balaram Basura. And
Balram was carrying Pralambasura.
but Balaram Basura was carrying Balaram. So then
Okay.
so what happened is then Balaram Basura turned big and then
no. Balaram turned.
Balaram turned big and then he got his fist and then he killed Balaram.
Yes, that is correct. Does everybody know the story? Yes? Or anybody else wants to say anything about the story of Balram, Lord Balram killing Pralambasura? Anybody else wants to say? Tushita, Ryan, Madhav. Anybody else wants to say? No?
I want to say, so what happened is Krishna and Balaram were playing tug of war. And so they said whoever won has to get on the people who lose on their back and they have to carry them around. So they were playing and Pralambasura came in a disguise as a kid and then Krishna left because he said, I need to do something. And so Pralambasura came and they said, okay, you can get on Krishna's side so it'll be equal. And so he came on Krishna's side and Balaram's team won. So they had to carry Balaram's team on their back. So Pralambasura chose Balaram and so he carried Balaram on his back. And then Balaram got heavier and heavier and so Pralambasura got bigger and bigger. And soon he took him to the forest fast enough. And so then he became really big, trying to kill Balaram, but Balaram didn't let him. Then he came back, punched him, and then he fell out dead.
Yes.
And so he died.
Yeah, that's correct. So that's how Pralambasura died. I think everybody knows the story. Have you all seen a Little Krishna? Yes? Yeah?
Mataji.
Yes, yeah.
Mataji.
I know.
Mataji, I've seen Little Krishna on the TV.
Oh, you have seen. That's very nice. Very nice. Okay, now that is how demon Pralambasura was killed. Now, you know what happened. Another pastime is where Lord Balram visits Vrindavan. So Lord Balram, he wanted to see his parents in Vrindavan. So when he went there, you know, he embraced all his cowherd friends, you know, the boys and gopis. And then he also, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they were so happy to see him. They made him sit on their lap. And then, you know, when all the people of Vrindavan, they came to know that Lord Balram has come, they were so happy to see him. And they started asking about Krishna, like how he was doing, you know, because they missed Krishna very much, right? So they asked, you know, how is your family? You know, how is everybody doing back in Dwarka? And then he's like, does he not remember us? Does he not remember his parents? So, and then, you know, the gopis, they came and they started asking Balram, you know, telling him how they missed him so much. So they started asking, like, you know, was Krishna, you know, in Dwarka happy with his wives? You know, when is he going to? And then, you know, he's like, they're like, you know, we always collect flowers for Krishna. We always do this for him. We make garlands for him. You know, and then they said, like, you know, we think that we should give up. We should not wait for him because, you know, how could he just leave us? He has not come back, right? And they were saying, we are just simple village girls. Maybe he does not remember us anymore, isn't it? So, you know, because the wives in Dwarka, because they are the city, city girls, so they are very smart than us village girls. So they wouldn't ever allow him to leave like that. So I think, so they were saying, we think Krishna has forgotten us. So then we should also not speak about him. So they started speaking like that. And then Krishna, Balram, he could start, he could understand, how they were missing Krishna so much, how they were, in separation of him, and how, they all started crying, thinking about him. He wanted to make them happy. So he told them many stories, and like that about Krishna. And then he stayed in Vrindavan for 2 months. But what would happen? Every night, he would go with the gopis to the forest, and they would dance and they would drink Varuni. And one day, what happened? Lord Balram wanted to bathe in river Yamuna with the gopis. So if you want to bathe in the river Yamuna, if you call river Yamuna, will she come to you? Will she come to you?
No. Oh, Mataji. No.
She will not come to you. No, you have to go there. But
No, Mataji.
yes, but if Lord Balram would call, then the river Yamuna, she would surely come. But that time, she did not come because she thought, he was very intoxicated. That's what she thought. So she didn't come. And then what do you think happens when she did not
Balaram holds his plow, Mataji.
Yes, he immediately got very angry.
Oh, really mad? And so we went to Ramuna River and held his plow above her.
Yeah, he was about to almost scratch her. He said, I will make you into so many bits and pieces with my plow that you will become multiple streams. So like that he told her. Yes.
He got his flow and he was about to put in the pieces the Yamuna River and take all the water away, but then finally Yamuna said that, oh, sorry, I did not came.
Yeah, she was asking immediately for forgiveness. Then she went to Balram, and then they were happily, they all they had a good time in the river Yamuna. And then after that, when he came out, he had blue bright clothes and a golden necklace. So that's how he spent his time in Vrindavan. Okay, so now this is the last story. So this story is where Lord Balram marries Revati. Okay, so there was this king, Kakudmi. So he had a daughter named Revati, and she was very beautiful and qualified, and she was ready for marriage. So,
Sorry, Mataji, I have to interrupt you. Mataji, I think King Kakudmi lived in Satyuga.
yes, but what happened, he wanted to marry his daughter, but he wanted to have a suitable husband for her. So he went to Brahmaloka. Okay. And the time difference in Brahmaloka and here is different, right? We have a different time. And when he went to Lord Brahma to ask, like, who could he, marry his daughter to, the time was different. Another pastime, when Lord Brahma had stolen the cowherd boys. Yes. When Lord Brahma yes, when he thought, the cowherd boys and he had just stolen, just recently, then it's not a long time, but a whole year had passed, right? In Vrindavan, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, so he had not realized. So, that is the time difference. So when he went to ask and suggest, a good husband for his daughter, at that time, Lord Brahma, he was listening to music and the Gandharvas were singing and Apsaras were dancing. And, so Brahma was not ready to talk to him. So he had to wait some time. And then when he spoke to Brahma, he said, that the time is different here, because there are so many yugas passed on the earth. So any boy that you want your daughter to be married, they are not alive anymore. And even their sons and grandsons are now gone. And then nobody even knows their names. So then, Lord Brahma suggested that he should give his daughter away to whom?
Balaram ji, Balaram.
Yes, he said he's most powerful and he lives forever, and he's the Supreme Lord. And so, thus taking the orders from Lord Brahma, and then the king, he went, and he saw that no suitable boys they were there, and then he was able to marry his daughter to Lord Balram. Okay. Okay, so that is the story of Lord Balram marrying Revati. Okay, so now we will do a small activity. Okay, everybody you don't have to write it. So this is an activity where you participate and where you say something. Okay, yes?
I have a question.
Yes, Palvit.
In the Krishna book, I have the Lord Brahma steals the cowherd calves.
Yeah, the cowherd boys and the calves. Yes, that's correct.
I have that.
That story also, right? Yes. Okay. So I will, each one of you can participate in this. Okay, let's try. If we can, each one of us can take a turn. So I will say, see, there are A1, A2, A3. So you will have to respond. You have to, if you cannot read, I will read it for you.
Mataji, what is Mataji, I have a question.
Yes.
What is Divivinda?
No, Dvivida Vanar.
Oh, Divivinda. Okay.
Yeah. So I will, everyone, okay, Vikram and Kashi have raised your hand. Okay. So I have a question here for you. So I will say A3. Okay. Okay. Can you see A3 block? So who are you? You are one of the gopis. So my question is, how did you feel when Vivida Vanar showed his teeth? So what do you answer? So you are one of the gopis. So what do you think? How did you feel? Vikram and Kashi, you have to answer. You have to unmute yourself. What do you think? How did you feel?
Kinda angry.
Just angry?
Angry.
Angry? Okay. How did you feel, Kashi? When the Dvidavanar, he showed his teeth, what did you feel? Were you afraid? Or Vikram was very angry. But what about you? If you're one of the gopis, how do you think you felt? If some animal is showing teeth to you, how would you feel? Or somebody showing their teeth to you, opening their mouth. Scary. Oh, okay.
Not scared.
Oh. Okay. Okay, next one. Palvit, you want to answer a question?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay, so I have a question. Okay, who are you? A1. I have given A1 for you. Okay, so you are Dvivida. Okay, you are the monkey Dvivida. So why was Balram upset with you?
Okay.
What had you done, Palvit? What had the monkey done? What had the gorilla done? He had done something that made Balram upset. So what did you do? In the story, what did you do, Palvit? Did you do anything bad? No, you were a very good monkey.
Yeah.
No, you were not a good monkey. You were a bad monkey. What had you done, Palvit?
What? I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, I will ask you then some other question. Okay. So, Balavrinda, can you tell me A1? So you are the
Mataji, I can tell you it, Mataji. It is that because Divida Gorilla was making noises like kila 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 and showing his teeth and showing his body to the gopis and he was distracting all the sages.
You are the gorilla. I was showing you have to say that.
I was distracting. You have to say like
yeah, because you are not. You are the gorilla right now.
I was distracting the gopis by doing kila 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 and showing my teeth and showing my body and also distracting the sages and also making big waves so it will make the town floated.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Balabrinda. Okay, so A2 is almost answered. What bad things did Duvida do? We have almost answered it. Okay. Now, Janavi, B1, strength. How did Balram show his strength, Janavi?
By killing Vivida and also by putting his plow above Yamuna River.
Okay. Okay, good enough. Okay, now who else can I ask? We have a lot of questions here. Madhav, you are Balram. Why did you get upset with Duvida? Tell me. You're Lord Balram. Why are you upset with Duvida? What did he do? Any one thing you can tell. We have heard so many things. Can you tell me one thing?
The gorilla was not behaving nicely.
Gorilla was not behaving nicely.
He was not behaving nicely. Okay. Thank you very much, Madhav. Okay. Subhadra. B3. So what would you do if big waves are flooding into your city? Oh my God. That's a very tough question. What would you do, Subhadra? Can you unmute yourself? What would you do if big waves are flooding into your city?
Run away.
Run away. Okay. Anything else that you would like to do apart from running away?
Stay inside.
Stay inside the house. Okay. Okay. Okay, Ryan, you want to tell me what would you do if big waves were flooding your city?
You'll get floated away.
You will get floated away, but what would you like to do? Would you like to save? Would you like to take some?
We had to go up by top. We had to go top of sidewalks.
Oh, you have to go on the top of the sidewalks. Okay. Anything else you want to do? No? Okay. Thank you. Sita and Adi. Sounds. C2. Okay. What sounds make you feel horrible? Are there any sounds that
What sound makes you feel horrible?
or you get very irritated, you don't like to hear? What kind of sound?
Tigers roaring
Tiger's roaring.
or growling.
Oh, oh, the growling sound that makes you very.
What sounds
What
is
about you?
afraid of? So naughty. You don't know? You want to think about it? I think everyone's waiting. Found 'em. No. Okay.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, Anish. Anish, you want to tell me C1, stranger danger. What would you do if an adult was making you feel uncomfortable?
I can't see it.
Do you understand the question?
I'm trying to look what I understand.
What would you do if an adult was?
Like you see somebody you have never seen before, and you feel that okay, no, this person is not somebody who seems to be very nice. So what would you do in that case?
Well, run away.
Run away. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, very nice. Janavi, you want to say what would you do? Stranger danger, what would you do? Somebody is trying to talk to you, but you know that person is not maybe nice, or we should try to stay away. So what would you do if you see such kind of people?
I will just go and run back home.
Run back home. Nobody will scream, you know, alert anybody nearby. No?
You have the rest.
Anybody else who wants to answer? Otherwise, we go to the next, you know, shloka and the rhyme. If nobody wants to answer, we can go to the shloka and the rhyme. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed.
Yes.
Yes.
We made Rakis.
To who made Rakis?
Our family. We made Rakis.
Oh, you made Rakis. Very nice. Very nice, Vikram. That's very beautiful.
Did you get Balaram Dasi?
Oh, Balavinda wants to say, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Mataji, I made Rakhi for my brother and Panvasaki Mataji. And I also did playing outside in the sidewalk.
Oh,
And I'm gonna go to Jadvi's house on Janmashtami.
oh, wow. Very nice.
So you're gonna go to my house during Janmashtami?
No, I said Jadvi. I'm talking
You're coming to my house during Janmashtami.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, girls, we can talk later. Okay. So we have to do the next part, that is the shloka and the rhyme. Let's all invite Anjana Gopika Mataji. Anjana Gopika Mataji.
Mataji, I am also doing from Janavi's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My internet is not there. Yeah. Hari Bol, Hari Krishna, everyone. Yeah, we can do the shloka, okay? You all can repeat after me, okay? Namaste halagraha.
Namaste halagraham.
Everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste halagraham.
Namaste musala yuda.
Namaste.
Namaste Revati Kanta. Namaste Bhakta Vatsala. Namaste Dharani Dhara. Namaste Balanam Sreshta.
Namaste Balaram.
Pralambare Namastestu.
Namaste.
Ehi Mam Krishna Purvaja.
Dehi Ram.
Everyone voice, okay? Everyone voice, okay? Namaste Halagraha.
Namaste Halagraha.
Namaste Musala Yuda. Namaste Revati Kanta.
Namaste Kanta.
Namaste Bhakta Vatsala.
Namaste Bhakta Vatsala.
Namaste Dharani Dhara.
Namaste Tamini Bara.
Namaste Balanam Sreshta.
Namaste Balaram Krishna.
Pralamba Namastestu. Hey Mam Krishna Purvaja. Thank you so much. Now we go to the rhyme, okay?
Lord Krishna.
Everyone repeat after me, okay? Krishna has a big brother, big brother, big brother.
Lord Krishna has a big brother.
Krishna has a big brother and Balaram was his name.
Krishna has a big
brother and
Balaram was his name.
Balaram was his name.
Everywhere that Krishna went, Balaram went, Balaram went.
Everywhere that Krishna
Everywhere when Balaram.
Everywhere that Krishna went, Balaram was sure to go.
Everywhere that Krishna
Balaram was sure to go.
You can see the picture, yes. He followed him as younger brother Lakshmana in a Treta Yuga.
He followed as younger brother Lakshmana in Yuga.
Serving Lord Rama Sita was his only goal.
Rama and Sita was his only goal.
He follows him as Ananta Sesa in a Vaikuntha planet.
He followed him as Ananda Shesha in Vaikuntha planet.
His speaking glories of Lord Vishnu is his only goal.
Speaking glories of Lord Vishnu is his only goal.
He came as Lord Nityananda in this age of Kali Yuga.
He came along Nityananda in this age of Kali Yuga.
Mercifully giving love of Godhead is his goal.
Idling of love. God
Let's hold Nityananda's lotus feet to reach Krishna.
Let's hold
Reaching Radha Krishna should only be our goal.
Reaching Radha Krishna should only be our goal.
Yeah, we can go to the break room. Mataji, can you make me co-host first?
No, we are
I made
Oh,
already
yes.
co-host, Mataji.
Yeah, and then
Give me
yeah.
1 minute, Mataji. Are you?
Yeah, 1 second. I also have to screenshot this one. Mataji, Mataji, did you send the specs?
Yesterday I sent the one in the WhatsApp, Mataji. Did you check? I did.
Yeah. Can you send to this one? The Asra's phone I'm using because my internet is not working. Yes.
Is it August 10th?
Now, Mataji will go to the break room and then we can do together, okay? No. 1 second. Yeah.
What's your name?